All right, if you're looking to buy a home, you're likely wondering, should I stretch and try and get into the Vancouver housing market, or is there a smarter way to play it by buying in the surrounding suburbs? And the answer depends on what you're looking to accomplish. Are you trying to own a home, or are you looking to build wealth? In the absence of a boatload of cash, you're likely going to have to decide whether the location or the space that you need in your home are most important. Let's take a look at these different options. The pricing gap could be significant. You're looking at a $400,000 difference on the single-family home market just by driving 30 minutes east. What people don't understand is that this gap in pricing can sometimes mean the difference between you getting stuck in an overpriced property with no opportunity, or a home where there's a lot more opportunity and your ability to grow wealth at a much faster rate. There are tons of advantages to being in Vancouver. Vancouver is incredibly walkable and it has tons of amenities. It's your typical big city feel that so many people have been craving their whole lives. Secondly, Vancouver has historically had fantastic appreciation rates in terms of property values, allowing you to build equity quite quickly. Third, there's a huge international demand for Vancouver. We've had people move to Vancouver from all over the world, citing its beauty. It's very rare that you can go somewhere and get incredible views of the Pacific Ocean, as well as the stunning mountain ranges that we have that surround Vancouver. Last but not least, there's a fantastic rental market inside of Vancouver. With all of the people that want to live in Vancouver, there's always somebody looking to be able to rent your property should you need to do so. But there is a downside to that Vancouver market. Because the Vancouver market is so expensive, you're usually going to have higher mortgage financing and more stress tied to those payments. In addition, Vancouver has a lot of older buildings that are now undergoing maintenance, which means higher strata fees and a higher cost to you on a monthly basis. Many of the units in Vancouver, just due to the density of Vancouver, are smaller units. You have much less space for the price that you're paying. And last but not least, you're usually house poor unless your household income is over $250,000. So what are the benefits of being outside of Vancouver and in the suburbs? First and foremost, you're going to have a lower price point to entry, which is going to mean a smaller mortgage and smaller payments on a monthly basis. Secondly, you're going to see that there are many new builds and opportunities outside of Vancouver, and these new builds are going to offer you more space and better layouts than what you're going to find in the old Vancouver condos or homes that were built back in the 70s or 80s. Third, you're going to have better cash flow potential. Many of these new homes that are being built outside of Vancouver specifically are going to have basement suites or be duplex type homes where you're going to have some rental income that is going to help offset your mortgage costs. And last but not least, you're going to be able to, with all of these lower costs that you're going to find out in the valley, find that majority of your cash is able to stay liquid, which means you have the ability to be able to continue to invest that elsewhere inside of the market and deploy as you see fit. And you're not that far from Vancouver. You have access to the SkyTrain into many of these cities. You also have the ability to quickly zip into Vancouver should you wish to do so, to access all of those amenities and things that we love in Vancouver without having to pay the full Vancouver price point. Let's look at this real buyer example of Vancouver versus Burnaby. We're going to look at two different opportunities here that you could potentially look at and how that all plays out. When we look at the Vancouver condo specifically, you're getting in at a price point of $875,000 for a condo that's only 650 square feet, as opposed to potentially a townhome in Burnaby for $750,000, which is $125,000 less, requires less of a down payment, and is going to get you access to an extra 300 square feet plus a yard. The best part about this is that your monthly payments are $600 less every single month for more space and more flexibility. Talk about getting into the market at a great price point and getting everything that you could potentially want in a home. Burnaby, New West, Langley, these aren't settling. They're leveraged entry points into the market, places where you can still grow equity, build wealth, and trade up without taking on crushing risk of the Vancouver market. Look, if you can afford to buy in Vancouver without blinking, that's fantastic. But for the majority of Canadians, the smarter play is to buy where the numbers make sense, not just where the skyline is nice. We're buying for potential, and we're looking for the ability to build equity quickly without being crushed under a ton of debt. I'm Tyler for Pilot. If you need help running the numbers between the different areas, or you don't know where to start, click the link, shoot me a message. I'd love to help you build a strategy, not just get you in the next door.